Okay, boys, welcome to your science class. Welcome into previous class. We have started our unit 5, lesson 2. So we are on unit 5. The name of unit 5 is light, and we are on lesson 2, page number 130 to 135. So some of the questions we have already discussed in our previous class. So let's summarize it. So the name of the lesson is darkness. We are going to learn about that with little or no light there is darkness. Record and observe or the table. Find the patterns in result. You can see in the picture what is in the picture. They are in the cave and they have torch light and they are looking around. These people are looking around with the help of flashlight. So here is the question. Question number 1. Why is there light in this cave? So there is no light in the cave. The light is coming from a flashlight. This light that you can see in the picture, that is coming from the flashlight. Question number 2. What would it be like without the light? Complete darkness, no light at all. If there will be no flashlight, there will be complete darkness. You cannot see anything and it will all be dark. So without flashlight, you cannot see things in the cave. These people are looking around in the cave with the help of their flashlight. Without the flashlight, they cannot see anything. Okay, moving on to the next page. Hafiz is in his bedroom. It is night time. It is dark in his room, but there is some light. You can see here this is Hafiz and there is some light coming from the curtains. I can see in the dark. Hafiz is saying that he can see in the dark. He cannot see if there is complete darkness. He can only see because some of the light is coming from the curtains. So here is question number 1. Where is the light getting in? Between the curtains. Light is coming from between the curtains from outside. Question number 2. Where is the light coming from? The light could be coming from the moon, the stars, a street lamp, or cars headlights. It is basically coming from outside, so there it could be the moonlight or the light from the stars, a street lamp, or cars headlights. The light is coming inside the room from between the curtains, and these light could be from the moon, from the stars, a street lamp, or a car headlights. Okay, if there is no light from a light source, it will be too dark to see. We need some light to see things. As we have discussed earlier, boys, in the class, that we need some light to see. If there is complete darkness, if there is complete dark, we cannot see things. We cannot see things when there is complete darkness. At night, we don't have sunlight, so we use light sources to make light. You can see in the morning, we don't need light because the sun or the light from the sun is more than enough for us to see things. But in the evening, when the sun goes down, we need light sources to make light. These children are making a dark place in their classroom. Look here what they did. They closed the light and they are making some place, dark place in their classroom. Okay, there are 4 objects that put in the dark. What is that? Number 1, you can see a white teddy bear, a blue car, a green cup, and red ball. Okay, these are the 5 objects they put in the dark. And how they can see it? Because there is some light. If it is complete dark, they cannot see anything. They cannot see these objects. Okay, can you see white object? Yes, white object is easily seen. You can see white teddy bear easily. What about the colored object? Can you see the colored objects? Yes, but they are hard to see. The colored objects are hard to see, but we can see them. How can we see them? Because of light. Because of some light, we can see the colored object. Question number 5. Can you see the colored object? Yes, but they are hard to see. Okay, moving on to question number 6. Are some colors easier to see in the dark? Yes, light colors are easier to see in the dark. So this means that those objects that have light color like white, off-white, they are easier to see in the dark, but colored objects like red, blue, green, they are harder to see in the dark. So we are going to write this darkness. What is darkness? Darkness is when there is no light. When there is little light or no light, we say there is darkness. In the dark, we need some light to see. What is darkness? Darkness is when there is little or no light. In the dark, we need some light to see. In the dark, we need some light to see. So this is the definition. We are going to write it in our science notebook. Okay, moving on to the next activity 1. Is it quite dark here? Darkness in our classroom. Look around your class for dark places. Look behind and inside the cupboard. Is it dark here? Look under the table. Is it dark here? Draw 3 dark places, label them and draw them in your book. Okay, so yes, look around, look behind and inside the cupboard. Behind and there is no darkness, but inside the cupboard, is it dark? So yes, inside the cupboard it is dark. Under a table, is it dark here? No. Draw 3 dark places, label them darker and darkest. So there are different places that you can draw and label them. Okay, activity 2, using a dark box. You will need a box with small hole in the side, different colored objects. So here you can see a girl, she is using a dark box that has small hole on the side. We can do a test by putting objects in a dark box. Put the colored object into a dark box like this. Put the lid on the look and through the hole. Can you see them? So you can say that dark colored object will be hard to see. Finish these sentences. It is hard to see the objects in the box because there is little or no light. Now try this investigation with a light colored object. Are the results same? Light colored will be easier to see. So this is the same. It is the activity that we have learned about it. What it says that in the box, put one object that is colored object. You can see it from the hole. And what you notice that it is difficult to see. Okay. But when you put light colored object in the box, it will be easier to see. Is it hard to see objects in the box because there is little or no light? So yes, if it is colored object, it will be difficult for you to see. But if it is light colored object, then it is easier for you to. Okay, moving on to the next page, that is 134. Some people work underground. They have bright lights so they can see. They have clothes which reflect light so they can be seen. Some people work at nights. They also need bright lights and clothes which reflects light. So some of the people, they work under the ground or they work under the mines. So what they use flashlights and they use bright lights and those clothes that reflect light so that they can see and they can be seen easily. Other peoples can see them easily, so that is why they use reflective reflecting clothes and lights. Okay, then we have um, um an experiment. Think like a scientist. How much light do you need to see? Now use a box with the flap in the tape. Put an object in the box. Predict whether it will be easier or hard to see. Then observe the object with the flap closed. Open a little and then open. Record what you see on a table. So look here. Brick. What is the color of the brick? Red. Lid closed, it is hard to see. Lid open, I can see. Lid wide open, easy to see the brick. This lid on the top, when you open it full, what it will be, you can see it easily, the brick. When if it is half open, then you can see it, but it is hard. When it is closed, you cannot see it properly. Which color are easier to see? Why are they easier to see? Were your prediction right in this pattern in the result? Some colors are easier to see because they reflect more light than others. That is why it is easier to see some of the colors. But some of the colors are difficult, so we cannot see them properly. Okay, or they reflect lights and then it is easier. Okay, write this in your science notebook. Topic is darkness. Dark. Colored objects are hard to see. Light colored objects are easy to see. Some colors are easier to see because they reflect more light than others. Okay, here after R, E will come. Colored objects are easier to see. Some colors are easier to see because they reflect light more than others. So this is what you have to write it in your science notebook.